Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. A new pipeline is forming. This time it's the insidious trans to euthanasia pipeline. It works like this. Young people are born into a world in which scientific atheist materialism tells them they're just accidental evolutions that will one day cease to be, and that our meat puppets will rot in the ground after we die, and well, that's that. There is nothing transcendent in life, only the appearance of design and the endless abundance of an unknowing and uncaring universe. They're also born into a nation in which they're told it's inherently evil to love God, to be patriotic, to have a family, to act with respect toward others, to be responsible, and to pursue a solid career. Literally, there's another social justice warrior arguing that waking up early is rooted in white supremacy. Remember back in the Summer of Love in 2020, the Smithsonian Museum of African American History had to apologize for putting out a chart arguing that traits like hard work, individualism, objectivity, rational linear thinking, respect for authority, delayed gratification, and the nuclear family were all aspects and assumptions of whiteness and of white culture that needs to be dismantled. So basically, we tell kids to sit back, smoke weed, shoplift, and riot instead, because that's how you fight the evil man somehow. And then you also have the fact that kids are born into an over-commercialized and commodified culture, which tells us that constant consuming is the only way to sate the emptiness we feel inside. That we can sell our own flesh on websites like OnlyFans or spend all our time consuming someone else's flesh like in porn. Target is now partnering with a London-based designer who uses satanic imagery in some of his designs and other collections, such as a Satan Respects Pronoun t-shirts, to sell pride clothes for kids now for June. Then you have trans singer Kim Petras, the one who performed that satanic Grammy stage performance with Sam Smith back in February, now on the cover of Sports Illustrated. As author and writer Peachy Keenan notes, quote, "The goal is to trick hetero men into sexual desire for other men. This is a form of mind rape, and if you don't like it, you're the bad guy," end quote. See what they're doing? They're trying to make everyone believe the left's canard that everyone secretly is a little gay inside, and that no one is 100% heterosexual. And porn is a big reason for that. Hardcore pornography is a weapon that is being used to warp people's sexuality and sense of self. Take a listen to trans film producer Lily Wachowski, known for movies like The Matrix, explaining his journey through that filth.
To be honest, like for me, the people that I saw, the first images that really struck a chord with me were, trans women and pornography. And there was something that unlocked in my brain that I saw these wonderful, fearless performers becoming desirable. And in my head, I could take the leap where I felt like, well, if I could be desirable, then maybe I could be loved. And for me, that's like one of the keys that trans people have to struggle through, will somebody love me? And so, yeah, that's my answer, Nick Adams.
That's an excellent answer, Lily Wachowski.
Think about that for a moment and realize that most people are hooked on porn these days, with the average age for first viewership being between 8 to 12 years old. There are little boys who desire the male attention they never got from an absent father since the sexual revolution blew up the family, or boys who fear the responsibility of manhood and so take refuge in the idea of being a helpless woman, or even just guys who get aroused by dressing as a woman. Then when it comes to young girls, for the trans issue back when it was just an obscure mental health disorder, primarily affected middle-aged men, but now it's mostly teen girls or young adult women, well, they look at this porn-saturated culture and flee from that idea of womanhood being built on sexual empowerment. Many young girls have been hurt one too many times by men looking for sex in a loose hookup culture, so now they want to be the man themselves. And so now we find ourselves back around full circle to the trans to euthanasia pipeline forming. It's been warned about for a while now that after this big mad rush to start mutilating children from an early age leaves even more empty and permanently scarred people who think that their only shot at happiness has now failed, that we're going to have a big push for expanding euthanasia. Remember, our culture does not encourage the necessary repentance and the mercy of Christ, just the cold, uncaring indifference of an empty universe, rendering the whole purpose of human life the maximizing of selfish desires and the minimizing of pain. And where that's not possible, many then argue, well, then what's the point of life? You might as well just die.